Good afternoon, YouTube's man always dress page, aka the Emperor of female bodybuilding talk. Coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, this is technically almost the last week of January. I mean, I'm telling you, we just started this month, and now we're just about at the end of it. And this is going to be our Must Talk episode 120. 120, folks. I mean, I started this thing. Don't be a jackass. I started this thing about a few months, almost a little over 2 years ago, and just to talk about bodybuilding and what's going on in sports, especially the women. And this young man here, he was interested in taking part. This is my right hand man, the emperor, Jen, and
Yo,
and
yo, everybody.
yeah. And we are fans of ladies in bodybuilding. We have met these women in several medical capacities. Doing me, he's met quite a few ladies. Me, I'm just getting started. I'm meeting legends I got to meet Alina Popa last year, and Donna Salib, and even the one whose name I do not speak. I got to meet her, and and to really talk about the sport is just, as a fan, it's great. As you know, one thing we as fans, when we hear, is kind of breaks us hearts when we hear a bodybuilder decides to retire, and that's just sometimes it's like wow, especially some that look like they had a lot of potential for greatness, and and this subject is about, we were talking about women who have just recently retired, possible retires coming down the road by maybe next year, and just have a conversation on how y'all feel about when you hear these ladies, beautiful muscle goddesses, these women of biceps and bodies, decided to walk away from this sport. So anyway, as you know, just like around about the before, a little bit before the Olympia, Nadia Capasota, who was she became a bodybuilder back in 2021. She was physique, took 2019 and 2020 off. After 2019, she took 2020 off, came in, boom. She won her first Olympic qualification at the Puerto Rico. Won her second. She competed at the Olympia for the first time at the Orlando in 2020, 21. Sorry, 2021. Then she won her second Olympic qualification in Romania, and then she wins the Big Man Weekend. That was the last time they had women's bodybuilding for the Big Man Weekend, because no longer they have women's bodybuilding. They have bikini and men's bodybuilding. So who gives a damn about that? And who that's just messed up. Then she competed at the Rising Phoenix, and after Rising Phoenix, we had some very sad news. And I used to we used to talk a bit. When my old account IG got shut down, I started a new account. I tried to keep in contact with some ladies, and and she told me, this was maybe right before she announced it. She told me she was, because I sent her the, every so often I send the ladies, what's the ladies, sometimes the ladies send me the medical issue. And I said, wow, oh my God. And I know it's serious. Your health is very important. Your ladies, their health are very important. And and it's just for me, it's heartbreaking, because to see that she's a beautiful lady. She posted, this is the her she posted on her IG,
Yeah,
and
yeah, I remember that you showing me that. Why did sorry you cut out a little bit? Why did she quit? I mean, retire again?
because of
You
medical
cut in
issue.
hell.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
yeah,
it's mostly Italian, so I can't. It's
yeah.
just, yeah.
No point in doing it if it's
Yeah,
keeping
just
it
playing, because it's
Italian.
mostly Italian. But she's a lovely lady. Beautiful. She has her eyes, just stunning eyes. Beautiful. It's just the Italians have certain aspects and just make them so exotic about them. But when she came in the game, she was just, there was potential. Her maybe cracking the top 10 at this year's Olympia, last year's Olympia. She looked great. For the pictures I saw, just she just looked amazing. I don't think she did good at the Rising Phoenix, but she just looked great. I mean, we were sure she was going to do well at the Olympia again. I mean, I think she cracked top 10 last year, but just I think she really
Yeah,
was.
she literally got 10th.
Hmm. It's good too. You know, and there's possibility she probably would have gone a little higher. But just to see that she really she values her health, and I can understand that. But here's the thing: is sometimes you never know. Sometimes I've seen competitors who walk away, they take the time off. Maybe just needs some time to rejuvenate. I love these pictures. These from Annie Ricchio's Muscle Angel site, and she just wow, she just has that. She reminds me of a back in the day by the name of Anne Marie Mahabir. She's French, but she was West Indian, but she grew up in France, and she
Yeah.
has that look to her. I mean, just great muscle, that very exotic look. She has that natural olive skin. I mean, Ma was a little darker, but I think she just one of these women. Just she has so much potential, and the possible growth she would have gone on her career, because her career started out, I think, in the mid early 2000s. She was. This is a picture of her early back in the day when she started. I think she was a figure competitor, and she really started to evolve over the years. That's about 2015, 2014, I believe. She just just look at her. She just I think I remember when I noticed her when she's at the Olympia that year when she was sitting at the table, and the table we had, you do autographs like that. She was like crying. Her eyes were just so she was just happy to be there, and just like she has very I mean like I say her eyes she's draw you in with her eyes. But truthfully, she's a beautiful woman, and it's sad to see when someone like her, because of issues with her health, and your health is very important. Your health is very important. As we should understand, your health is very important. But as fans, we hate to see someone with so much potential to walk away. There was a bodybuilder by the name, if you remember, Shannon. I think what's Shannon's last name? I used to Shannon Crawford. She was a young up and comer. She had a lot of potential. And then Shannon, she's a mom. She decided to walk away, and we just say, wow, she could have been something else. But I know Shannon now. She's focused on her life. She's doing CrossFit. I know she just had her a second child with her husband. And it's just an amazing person. And I think Nadia was one of those amazing persons too. Just so much potential. What she could have gone far in the sport. Women's Strength Ambassador last year, and now it's not like she's dead or anything. It's just that she's no longer competing, and like I said, she had a great look, great body to her, and I just as a fan, I feel like it's like we're losing somebody who really could have really gone on just in this sport. But like I said, much respect to Nadia. Like I said, I hope she does well. Never know. Like I said, sometimes maybe you just take the time off, maybe to heal and maybe better, and you still have the passion and drive for the sport. You can always come back. It's like the sport's not going anywhere. Look at that back. I'm telling you. I mean, I
Yeah.
mean,
So much
I,
wasted potential. Yeah.
I won't call it wasted, but it's just more
But
like
yeah,
it's just,
it's
yeah,
what
it's just
could have been.
it always could have been, and it just happens like that. Sometimes there's nothing you can do about it. These competitors, their health and livelihood is more important than a sport, especially a kind of fringe sport like bodybuilding. If this was more like a real sport with which you were making some real money, and you feel like she would do whatever she can to try to stay in it, but because this is just a sport you're paying out of your pocket, it's a expensive sport. You don't get as much. You really don't get any real sponsorship other than well, we for ambassador. It's just better just go ahead and just tip your hat and just go ahead and roll on. So, what's your mind think on the whole situation when every time you hear a lady say, you know what, I'm retiring, I'm hanging up my posing suit, and I'm just gonna go live life.
It's always sad to see another, female bodybuilder leave the stage. Unfortunately, it's it's sad. Like this sport, it's the elite of the elite of the elite. So it's like a fraction of a fraction. I remember one time. There was one time. I think this is like in 2004. There was some some documentary said that there was only like 70 professional female bodybuilders active at the time. It's probably a lot larger now because of just various reasons, population size, other things. But um, yeah, that's like um, they are the elite of the elite, and whenever one of them has to retire, yeah, it's a big blow to the sport, especially somebody like Nadia, who brought a lot of sex appeal to the sport. I think.
Yeah, I see. She's very sexy. Now, this is my man, Sean McMillan. He dropped through here. Sad to see Margie, Nadia, or Uana, and Bronca go, but hopefully it will be another great season. Yeah. And he just, as you mentioned, Margie B. Martin, who's been competing for pretty much nearly 20 years. I think near 20 years. I think she actually, I think around about maybe 10 years, maybe a little less, but she's been competing for a long time. And she announced at the Olympia that she was retiring. And, and to hear that, she's been a multiple time Olympic competitor, made top three, top five during her career, just one of these women that it's just hearing that she decided to hang it up. I think it kind of, and she was just a lovely person. I was talking a few times with her on social media, when I was like saying we're gonna miss her, we're talking about her. She really felt like it was more important for her to live her life. She's a mom, former Marine. Um, you know, she is, one of those people that really she loved the sport. This is a video from her when she was backstage at the Olympia. You see Bronca there, you see Lisa Kudry, her and Angela, Yo having some fun. There's her and Lavinia, who's a new generation. Arsenio, this is like, these are beautiful women, amazing physiques. And these ladies just they have a passion for the sport. And Marge is just one of those like she was. I think I remember a lady, Tana Huey. She told me back in 2018 when she did the Rise of Phoenix that first year. That was back when we still see pretty much back when we still can let anybody can get a Rise of Phoenix like we used to. She told me how Margie, she didn't have her cocoa butter. She didn't have her little tannin oil to give that little pop. And said Margie lent her some. And then also Margie let her use her battle ropes. As you know, they like the backstage ladies have to get
Yeah,
pumped. So when they get on stage, they look vascular and detailed. And you say Margie, she lent her battle ropes, and that tells you that's a good person at heart. This is her. She's unwrapping a picture. I think she's got from. It was after the show. I think one of the guys some of the photographers took pictures of it. Is that picture of her? That kind of like. It's kind of It's kind of If you see the picture, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's one
yeah,
of the pictures right there. But I think she has another. I don't. I think I was. I should. This is the one she has. I don't know. The other one I'm thinking about. I'm wondering if she's gonna show it out that one, but I think it's on here. I'll show it to you in a second. But she's so happy because you know what? She put a lot of time in working this. She still keeps in good shape and good conditioning, but she's focused more stuff outside of bodybuilding. I think Margie would make a great promoter, maybe somebody work behind the scenes because that's what they need. They need more women who work behind the scenes. This is a picture I'm talking about. I love this picture. Yeah, it
yeah.
is. Yeah, it's just look at her. She got tongue out. You look at her pics. Beautiful skin. That she has a smile. I mean, she
Shiny.
just she's just amazing lady. I think and it's just kind of like I said, it's kind of she's doing stuff now. I think she's doing a little more stuff now. She's getting a little bit more uh, you know she's really get herself out there a little more now that she's not constrained as a competitor. But she still feels in good shape. Still trains. She's proud of what she's been how she accomplished over the years. So
I think one of the things with Margie is, unfortunately, she was a circumstance of the time. She never was able to win an Olympia title, simply because of the fact that the Olympia ceased to exist a year after she started competing as a pro. She competed at the 2014 Olympia, and then it just ceased to be. But she won what was essentially the successor organization to it, the Rising Phoenix, for 2 years in a row, and then she decided to sit the next one out. And after that, she could never win the title again because it was a one between Hella Trevina and Alina Popa, and she could just never get back to that top spot, unfortunately. Which is another reason why sitting some stuff out sometimes can unfortunately lead to results like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think now the last couple of years she was focused more on the Olympia because when they brought back, she competed. She came back in
Yeah,
2020, and then she competed 2020. She was really more focused on Olympia now because Olympia had women's bodybuilding come back. So there's no point for her to do Rise because hey, y'all know who was going to win the last couple of years, and that was Andrea. And and that's it's still Olympia's still a big show, still a big show.
yeah.
She took in 2020 she took second place, 2021 took third, and then fourth was her was her end of it. I feel like if she took third, she might feel like she might. No, I think she was done. That's why I think you give her third because that's why I give her fourth because she was saying she retired. Man, Sean also mentioned this real quick. I started to see Sherry Priami and Christine Mendoza back on stage this year. Yeah, I heard that. I mean, I know some people who know Sherry saying that she's going to do the show in Vancouver. Um, and Christina Mendoza, I think we're not certain yet what she's going to do. She might try to do New York, maybe Chicago. Last time she did Chicago was back in 2021. She's in top three of that show. Maybe she did
Tara
Atlanta. Hmm?
Tara McCarr is doing New York Pro.
Tara McCarr? Oh, that's good. That's good. I might reach out to her, see, because I know she said she's getting ready to prep because I posted something on her about her prep. But I hope she does it because I think she did pretty good back in 2021. She was in top three. I feel like she could have got higher compared to how, uh, Ladon Medade looked. I think Ladon didn't look as good. I don't know why she got so high. I think Tara should have got at least second. Because who won that New York? That was I think was 2021. Who won it that year? I think it was Leah Denny that won it that year. And I
Yeah,
think Tamara she could have got second. I truly believe that Ladon she got fourth or fifth. She was Ladon her condition has never been on. I know she hadn't competed since 2021. I think she's focusing more on doing powerlifting. She might come back. You never know. So because she's a school teacher, she's thinking about maybe living her life and doing stuff. But I've seen some videos because she just started doing when she became Restrict Ambassador. She had to create she had to create an IG account. She never had one before. With these ladies, you have to be on social media because you have to be people want to be connected to you. But she didn't post too much in lately. But I saw some videos of her doing some powerlifting stuff, working out with some heavy weights. She might come back this year and see how she does. Also, Sean says, he says, since Chelsea Dion is sitting this year out, I wonder if Anastasia coming over will take that spot. Well, I've been seeing Anastasia, she, uh, some say she might need to take a spot in 212. But Chelsea, she says she wanted to develop more, grow more. I know some people tell me say sometimes it's not good to take that year off. You might just go ahead and rearrange things and just go ahead and compete. But I understand personally you want to maybe take the time to put on a little more beef on you and and do and try to just enjoy your life before you decide to come back. Hey, bodybuilding is a sport. Now, one lady who I've been in contact with, and she has announced her retirement like about let's see, it was at least about a week or so ago. And she told me before she announced it, I said, well, just wait till she officially announces before I tell her on my channel. And that's Branka Najokovic. And Branka, I mean, to me, and I'm gonna say this honestly and with all truth, she was screwed out of third place. I don't know what the judges were looking for. Hella wasn't in that best condition like she was the last couple of years. You know, I mean, it might get back to Hella that the fact I'm saying that she was gifted third place, but she was gifted third place. And I don't know what they didn't see in Branca that they didn't give her a higher spot. Like you look at Branca, she's no more different than from Angela Yo. I mean, just only this is just she's just a little shorter. She's 5 feet tall, but sometimes that shorter girls do get the short end of the stick. Excuse the pun. But I think Blanca, like I said, I've been following her for a while now, and I think she has a beautiful physique, great muscle detail. Especially a woman who's a mom. She's athlete. I mean, I think she was just more in condition compared to Hella. And I'm still wondering why the judges, decide not to, give her, I honestly believe, third place. Like this is like barely this is like maybe these pictures like I think at least about a week or two from since what about the round of start of the Olympia, you know, and she looked great from the videos I've seen, for stuff she's posted. She posts quite a bit on her social media now because you know, she's not busy competing anymore. This is from her story as the great actor Anthony Hopkins, better known as Hannibal Lecter. This is the other thing. She posted some stuff earlier, but I think those pictures are gone now. This is one here. Her look at her legs, her quads, you calves. I'm telling you. Let me go back to it. Let me pause it. I'm telling you, she can come back if she wants. She,
I don't know why did she retire?
well, I think she feels like she wants to take some time. She just feel like I think she's been competing for since the early 2000s, maybe
Yeah.
and I think she feel like she wanted to really focus on things outside of life, work behind the scenes, be a coach and a trainer. But I'm telling you, if she wants, she can come back now with someone like Margie out of the game. You know, she has good aesthetics, but it's about taking your time, enjoying your life, and that's what she wants to do. I think she wants to spend time with. She has family. She wants to spend time with them. But I'm look at these pictures. I'm telling you, she deserves, honestly, without a doubt, she should have been number three. I mean, no offense to Hella, I'm a big fan of Hella Trevino. Hella got too high, and and I think one thing was because I think Hella was maybe concerned that if she had got fourth place, she has to compete at a show to get a qualification. I think this is her with her. I think that's her. I think she has a son or a daughter. I forget somebody mentioned, and this is from when she earned a pro card in 2011 at Arnold the Classic, back when they still had women's bodybuilding for the amateurs, and just an amazing body. She was still growing up and developing, and switch over to physique after she became a pro, and great smile, great look to her. She had what she how far she could have gone if she just she's just I think she's just in her mid 40s. I thought she was a lot older than that, but somebody said she was in her mid 40s, and and that's still you're still at your peak. Usually, some women start hitting their peak about in their mid 40s, and I think she hit a peak.
Yeah.
You know, and this is from the Portugal Pro, where there was just her and two other ladies. I think it was uh, Arsenio from Brazil, Garcia Speck, and Claudia. And I mean, they look, like they look great. I think she looked overall. No offense to the other ladies, she truly looked more in better condition than most of them. But like I think with Garcia, her legs are a lot longer. She don't have much density. Claudia, she's still developing, and Arsenio, she still is working on it. But these are, like I said, she looked great, and she earned that spot. And she's very proud of herself. You know, that's I think I recognize that one. Like, you know, but she has beautiful eyes too. I think she got beautiful eyes. I think they're kind of like a greenish blue. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, greenish blue. Yeah, very distinctive. But like I said, it's just it happens. When we see someone with so much potential. She, like I said, got a first Olympia, qualified. She
Yeah.
could have had, you know, gone on. My man Sean Millen, he says, "What do you guys think of Lisa Cross placing 12th? in the Rising Phoenix. Well, Lisa plays in 12. Hmm, I think. Well, compared to all other ladies at that show, maybe that was probably the best because she still looked all right. But Lisa still had, she hadn't competed for a long time. She should have done another show to, I think she should after she did the Rising Phoenix, she should have did a show in Romania and see how she does. She could have done this. She could have, like I said, I don't know. I know she's Wing Strength Ambassador, but she should have just skipped the show Rising Phoenix and did the two shows overseas. That was the Europa show and the Romania, because do the show in Spain first, and then do the show in Romania. See how she does. But she's done that show in Romania like at least 2 or 3 times in her career. I think at least 2 times. I think she did it 2018, and I believe she turned 2019, and then she had to compete for at least 2 years in 2020. The man Jarrett
Yeah,
saying,
I'd have to go back. I'd have to go back and look at the pictures to like give you an answer on the 12th place, but that sounds about right. But I can't really remember too
yeah,
much.
no,
Like I'd have to look at the physiques and then go by like
yeah,
who should be
yeah,
placed where.
yeah. Raheem Hamilton says Lisa Cross 12th place, not a good look. Yeah, I think one thing is when Lisa came in, she had great potential. She and Virginia were the last two women after 2013 when the NPC decided not to do bodybuilding shows in Europe. They're the last two women to earn their pro qualification in 2013. That was at the Arnold, I think, Eastern European show. And for a good while, it didn't. For a good while, it was kind of quiet for women bodybuilders out of the United States, especially coming from Europe. It was kind of quiet, but then the last few years kind of bounced back a little bit because a lot of ladies who are physique competitors are coming from Europe and they're switching over because they're seeing that's better. It's easier for them to do that division to try to stick in bodybuilding. Now, man, Sean also mentioned another lady on this, and she is a lady who I've used to follow, and she has a IG account, but it's private. She used to be open, but I think she wants to be more private now, and that is Ona, Emina Herpet, if I got the name right. And Ona, she does have Facebook, and I know a while back I was following her on another site, and it, her biceps, and she said, "I interested, are you gonna compete this year?" And she said, "No." I said, "What? Oh God, because I think she hadn't competed since 2020. That was a Rising Phoenix, and not the Rising Phoenix, the Romanian Muscle Fest, and that's been 2 years ago." And Ona had a great body. One thing was a great set of abs, great development. I think one of her weakness was that she didn't have that great lat development. You can see now, you can see how her face is a lot fuller. She's a mom, she has kids. I mean, she had one of those
Yeah,
great physiques. I mean, I she one thing I think somebody said that she didn't have that great lat development, but great bicep development, killer abs, great physique. I think she just really was. I think she earned a pro card at the Miss International back in 2017. She's from Romania, like another Romanian bodybuilder by the name of Alina Popa, and see, like it's like her, Alina. Also, there's Raduca. She did bodybuilding for a minute, went back to physique. She got a qualification at the Romanian Muscle, I think, at the Europa show. And I just think she was just amazing. I mean, I think aesthetically pleasing, attractive lady, great muscle detail, and but like I said, she felt like her career wasn't going far as she wanted. She wasn't placing too well in some shows. She did the Rising Phoenix during her career. She did the Remaining Muscle Fest a couple of times because it's in the backyard, and and she's one of the ladies that I think she just felt like life was more important for her, especially she has kids, she has a husband, and she's into powerlifting, so she felt life was more important.
yeah, yeah. That's usually what the thing a lot of female bodybuilders go into after they retire is they go into like powerlifting and stuff like that. Others like
Hmm.
that, and Christy Hawkins is one.
Hmm. Yeah,
Others.
Chrissy Hawk.
Um, Yeah, there was also another female bodybuilder who retired this year, at least officially, because I swear it's like there was like at least 12 or 15 times she had different answers, like, and just kept leaving it open constantly. It was Iris Kyle, of all people. Like, she just kept saying constantly over and over again, I might come back and this and
Well,
that. It
well,
got kind of like,
I always had a chance to make a comeback back in 2020 at the Olympia, but then she got sick. It wasn't the virus; it was something else. I think it was just a basic flu.
yes,
And then she said she's not retired, but technically she hadn't competed since 2014. She wanted to do the 2016 the 2016 Rise of Phoenix, but they told her this stupid thing saying, "Oh, we got to do another show to do that." But Alina competed that year, so why couldn't let the the 10-time Miss Olympia compete? I think it was a lot of there's a lot of controversy about that.
yeah.
Um, the man Sean McMillan says, "Do you think Sherry Piami could make the top six?" No, she looks great, but if you have think about it, if you have well maybe I think maybe
She'd have to
but
come in her best shape ever.
her best shape because if you still have Angela, then you have somebody like Mona Persilay can probably bounce back after last year. Then you
Hella
have
Trevino.
Hella Trevino, Mela Ash. Also, you can't forget, someone like,
Did you mention Yao?
Yao. Yeah, I mentioned Angel Yao. Yeah, Angel
Yeah,
Yao.
she was a yeah.
Yeah, if you can't think about you can't think those women can probably I don't know if Sherry can meet tops. She could have possibly qualified to Olympia, but what Sherry happened with her was she had family problems. I think one of her kids got sick. She's a mom. She's a mom of three kids. She needs to take care of her child. So if she could have done, 'cause she was invited to the Rising Phoenix. If she could have done the show in Spain, the European Championship, and done the Rising Phoenix, she could have enough points to qualify. She could have, but it's all if or down about. My man Raheem's asking, is Monique Jones retired? I don't know. I mean, she said one point she said she wanted to take a break. And that was 2021 because she qualified. I think trying to remember was 2020. She made top five at the 2020 Olympia because she qualified for the Olympia. But then she said she wanted to take a break at 2021, and then hasn't heard much about her lately. She still posts, she still works out. And also she's a Winstream ambassador. So she's working the booth. She worked the booth in Puerto Rico, and I think she works the booth at another show. And she's also working the booth at the Olympia because she was. I remember seeing the pictures guy named Jack Hammer. He showed me pictures. And Jack Hammer runs protein wrestling. It's a mixed wrestling, ladies wrestling thing. And he showed pictures. He sent me pictures of her. He was with both Monique and um, and Christina Bryant. I think they were working the Wing Strength booth at the Olympia. Also, the man Sean McMillan, Alicia Young coming back this year. Well, as you know, a while back, Sean, I did a video about Alicia where she was in that wreck in her scooter, and she saw the video, and she said she's competing this year. And Alicia's doing her new thing. She got a new brand called Size Matters, and she has people like I think she's working with people with like Brittany Flex. Also, she's working with uh, Boss Bitch Rita West and a couple other ladies in the bodybuilding world. So she's getting her new brand now. So my man KL says, he loves Ona. So we'll bring up the picture one time Ona for my man KL. She like I say she's an attractive woman. She's like I say also she's a mom. You wouldn't think hey, most people don't think women like this have kids. She had a kid before she came bodybuilding, and she and here she is. I think this is one of her. I think this is the most recent pick back in August. She's been doing a lot of powerlifting tournaments. She looks like she lost a bit of muscle, but she's still a little bit thick. You can't tell with these clothes on, but she likes to put on a little weight. You know, and yeah, this picture here. This is where I think this was the oh, this is from the Romanian Muscle Fest back in 2021. There you go. You have the usual suspects: Alina, Tim Gardner. There's Linda Murray. There's Una very much in the back. You can see her in the back right here. If you look at my arrow,
Jake
we
Wood.
can see she really looked like she put on some weight since then. She probably was working at Jake Wood. She was probably working there as a back in the scenes, like maybe doing some working with the women and stuff like that. So she right now because she lives in Romania. More likely, when she probably Una, she's probably going to work more like just as in the back, now. Like, she's still doing her thing with the powerlifting. That's her passion, you know. But it's just you never know. Some ladies say to retire, but they just want to maybe take some time to rejuvenate a bit and to unwind. You um, my man here, Raheem Hamilton, with bodybuilding, you have to get it and out. It's not like the NBA and NFL. Money is not a lot. Yeah, that's true. You go in, you do pretty good. Like Hunter Henderson, she announced a while back she's not competing. I think she's, because Hunter Henderson, like, I think in her mid 20s, she came in last year. No, not last year. It was the year before last, 2021. Won at Omaha in the at the amateur show. Won at USA's. Took second at Tampa. Some people thinking that she was going to be the next big thing, but then because her medical issues were coming up, she decided to take a step back, and that's what they did.
Yeah, she only has like one liver or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she just announced she retired. I can't even.
I think that was like you can go to her. Let me see. I think somebody told me this, and I went to her website because that's when I used to be her IG when I used to be follow her on my old account, and then I think she posted it. I think she posted it in her story, her IG story, but that's gone. But I don't even acknowledge her top 10 Miss O wins. Well, that's about Iris, yeah. Also, my man Sean says, "You guys surprised they didn't make the Olympia top 6 last year." Yeah, I think it was kind of. I think she did take. What's it? She made top 6 last year. I think she did. I'm trying to remember. That was. I think that was not last year. That was
2021.
2021, and I think she had the look they were looking for. Maybe that's what it was. She did kind of surprise people. She kind of took a setback too. But Leah is also a mom. I mean, I was talking to her that I was asking her before my old account got hacked. I was asking her was she gonna do any more shows, but no, she said she had her daughter was graduating from high school. She has a special needs son. She wants to spend more time with him, and she said, but she was obligated to do the Rising Phoenix because she's a Rising Phoenix ambassador. She she could have done one more show. I think if Leah could have done maybe 1 or 2 more shows, she might have qualified last year. But like I said, her family's important. I can understand that. You know, my man KL says, "Thanks, you're welcome, KLA." Uh, my man Sean Earnshaw looks like a Marvel hero. Which one? There's plenty of Marvel heroes.
Now,
Um,
now I want to ask. Now either I'm getting my memory completely wrong or not, but did Irene Anderson announce her retirement? I don't want to be spreading fake news or anything, so I
no,
want to make
because
sure. Like,
this year they're having the Masters show. The Masters,
so she'll
yeah,
compete as a Masters. Okay.
yeah. So I think she's focused on doing the Masters because if she had non-state, you probably hear about it because the female Bobby champion be the first one to say something about it because they're the ones who reported
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Yeah, they report about Bronca.
That's why I
We,
didn't want to spread
yeah,
any fake news.
KL the Wanderer. I love thick, but a black man loves thickness. That's true. And my man Sean says that's right. You know, and my man says just give them a paid contract that would be help a lot more. Yes, that would help if someone like this is why I keep saying when I do my interviews and also like this, if you are someone out there who like you can start a little group like of bodybuilding fans who can come together and especially fans of female bodybuilders and come together and offer a lady an opportunity for like a sponsorship, and sponsor them. You don't have to be a big company. You can be a group of people. There's a lot of these guys who spend money in sessions stuff like that who can afford to do it. You can get like you said, you can get like 10 people together and put together maybe you can say $1,000 for each person. That's $10,000. Do a contract for a bodybuilder. Say, okay, we got $10,000 for you. You have these many shows to compete in your contract. The $10,000 for you, and then also we do little incentives like pay for your travel, we set up your motel, and then the rest is really on you because that $10,000 is the rest. But we can do little stuff here and there to help you out, like have somebody do your meal prep, find you a coach if you need a coach, and stuff like that. If you can do that, so that'd be great. I wish I was that wealthy to do it, but I'm not. I live,
Yeah.
but
Neither am I tapped out at the moment myself.
yeah.
You know what I always find funny? Like, the old saying, like, behind every great man is a great woman. And in
Hmm.
this case, it's like behind every great woman is a very wealthy man. Sometimes it seems to be like often the case. It's
Yeah, it's a
like,
good example is Sarah Vilgas. Yeah, because her husband is. If you know anything about Sarah, her husband is very wealthy, and every time they go to the Olympia last couple of times, they always go on I think a Learjet or something like that. Because I remember one time I think I think Ashley Jones was riding with him, I believe. Because I mean, she said she was getting on a jet for the first time. Said, "What you doing on a jet?" I mean, because Ashley's from Texas, so I don't know where Leah's. I think Leah is from Texas too. I think Leah lives in Dallas somewhere, and her husband is very well off. I think he's one of he's. I think he must be a rich Turk or something. His name is Ali Tech. I just popped on here on his. And here's a picture. This is some pictures. This is a picture on them on their Learjet, and she's just posing, and he must have had deep pockets. If he can every year to go to the Olympia, last 3 years, they're always riding on a jet,
yeah,
and
yeah. I think I also remember one time hearing that Reen Tani, um, that female bodybuilder from Brazil, the one that has, I think she, statistically speaking, has the largest biceps on earth. What was it, like
Renee
20
Tony,
inches or yeah,
Renee Tony.
yeah, 20 inches. Yeah. 20 inches on one bicep and 20.25 inches on the other bicep. I think her husband is a French billionaire, actually, from what I remember.
Not Renee Tony. You talk about Renee Tony. You say
Yes, I
no.
remember. I forget where.
Maybe that was back then, but Renee Tony, when I last remember, she has a wife now.
Well, I remember hearing that her husband,
Yeah, I,
because
ne-
she
I
had
never heard that. I heard
French
about that, but
billionaire.
maybe he was. I wouldn't know he was a billionaire. Maybe he was about maybe a millionaire. Some of those guys over in those countries can make a lot of money, mostly from old family money. But I knew she. What I know about Renee Tony, she has a wife, and they have a family. I know a while back she had her house got burnt down, and they had to do a GoFundMe for themselves because they lost the house, they lost the pets. But yeah, Renee Tony was huge. I never knew she even had married. She might have, must didn't last that long if she's now
Yeah,
with a woman.
yeah. Um, the only female bodybuilder that I can think of that's like financially independent without any kind of husband or anything, or like spouse or anything like that backing them, would be like Andrea Shaw, and
Hmm.
that's mostly because she's got like a sponsorship with that one company,
Mutation, mutation.
Mutation. Yeah, I always remember looking up, like, in terms of like how much money she actually had as a net worth. It was like, I think, was it like $2.5 million or something? Like, in terms
Mm,
of like bodybuilders, I think she's like one of the wealthiest in the world.
Well, I know a while back I was talking with somebody, her, Whitney Jones, and Cindy Gillen. You said Whitney was a two-time Miss Physique Olympia champion, and Sydney is like 6-time, 7-time figure physique champion. and they're getting together because it's a city family got money, and they're telling me how they're planning on doing a show next year, and it's gonna be kind of like inclusive for women's bodybuilding because if you have you've had the Miss Olympia, I would say the true Miss Olympia part of it, you have to have women's bodybuilding. I think that possibly it's going to be a show, probably going to be like the I think it's gonna be more of the what they're telling me more of the four real female bodybuilding divisions. That is, women's bodybuilding, physique, figure, and fitness. I don't think they're going to do wellness and bikini because they feel like they're not really women's bodybuilding.
Yeah,
Mhm. Now,
and yeah, the whole subject of financial thing is always popping up every now and then. But I think at the end of the day, a lot of the women that do the sport, they do it because they love the sport.
mhm.
Like you know,
Yeah,
if
that's
you're
true.
gonna love something, you're gonna do it regardless. Like
Mhm.
I know,
Yeah,
half the stuff I do, I'm not gonna get any financial. I mean, even this, I'm not getting any financial benefit from doing this, but I
yeah,
still do it.
yeah.
And
I wouldn't mind having, like I said, I wouldn't mind having a sponsor, but I know that my content is not everybody's cup of tea. I'm
yeah,
talking with a friend of mine. He's starting his own YouTube channel, and he's possibly, with his content, he might get sponsors. He might get people interested because the fact is he's a big fan of bodybuilding, and he might talk about not just about women, but also he's going to kind of cross the board with men too. But that's a good
yeah,
thing for him. Hope good luck to him. One person that there was talk about retirement, and I don't know if she's going to retire this year or ever because was it not long ago she had an injury which put her out for almost 8 years, and that is Hella Trevino. And Hella, like I said again, she this is I'm looking at this picture, and you really see that she was not as in her best condition
yeah,
compared to the last two Olympias. Even after the injury, I think she still needed more time to stew a little bit.
yeah.
Maybe I
Well,
think
well, I
what
think a lot of it had to do with the fact that she didn't want to lose her
the
qualification for
qualification.
next year's Olympia.
Yeah, I understand that part, but still, I still feel like they gifted her that third spot. I think she could have been fourth or fifth.
Yeah,
Right
yeah,
here,
definitely.
yeah, we have my man here. You know, my man here. Um, balls deep. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Ooh, that was my high school song when we graduated back in '93. That was our song. Boys and Men. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. He's also saying peace and blessings to the chat. Thank you. What up and salute. He also says sexy as AF. Same repeat stuff. Smash that like button. Yeah, I appreciate you. Chicago in here, and also he's saying, and we got to say peace and deep, balls deep. That's from KL, and salute to KL from balls deep. You know, and yeah, I think Hella. I mean, I think she was on Fit Rockstar talking about this might be her. I think last year was supposed to be her last year. But I think she might come back because she got a third place spin. I think she'll retire if she does not place in this year's Olympia. If she don't crack the top three, I think she might decide to retire because Hella been competing for a little over 20 years. She took when she had it back. She did her first Olympia back in 2003. Then she had an injury, and then she didn't compete for almost 8 years. She came back in 2011, and she's been competing nonstop since then.
Yeah, yeah. It's very rare to find a woman like. There's very few women like that do that. I mean, there are exceptions like Yaxini or Quinn. She competed from like 1999 all the way to 2020 without even taking a year off ever, and which is just completely amazing. Or there's always some exceptions to rules always. But hello, based off my when I saw her, I don't think she's going to retire next year, even the year after that. She might retire in like 2025, maybe. I don't know.
Mm,
But we'll
well,
see.
well, she's gonna be 48 this year because she was 47 last year. She'll
Maybe
as you
when
know
she
now,
hits 50. I don't
maybe
know.
she hit 50. She might keep on going because she's always been in good condition, good shape. I would say one of the top physiques around. But like I said, taking third, Olympia is a good placing for her. That means it holds her a spot. She don't want to do any other shows. She's a two-time Rise Phoenix champion. She's been what's this? Let's see why. What's this? Let's see why. What's the you know why you put it? It's a sensitive stuff. I don't know. See the photo. Which shoulder she's talking? Ooh, that's from her surgery. Ooh, ooh. I think there was still some issues that were fishing it out. I think that's from the surgery. Yeah, that's tough. And to bounce back from that surgery, that was the first of the year, and to come back and compete, but she still, was not in the peak condition she was. She looked good. I think she was a little soft in some areas, not a super shred like she was back in 2021. I remember I think it was 2021 when she didn't look as good, and when she did the Rising Phoenix, she switched coaches. She was with Shelby Starnes, and she switched coaches to Nasir for the Olympia, and that's how come she got third place. I think, like I said, I've always been a fan of her physique. I think she has a great physique, but this was, I think, her off year this year. You can see how she's just not as, you know, just not as super shred like she was the last,
Yeah, a lot
couple
of
of
filmness. You can
yeah,
tell.
yeah.
But are there any other women that have retired this year, or
I mean, last year,
you,
well,
I mean, last year, or any you think are uh, may retire this year?
mm, I'm trying. I think possibly there was talk that Michelle um, Brent was supposed to be her last year. Michelle Brent, Michelle Brent's a legend. She's been she. I would say Michelle Brent is the last of the true female bodybuilders. There's not too many women who started in bodybuilding as a bodybuilder. Um, Most others, other than maybe like people like Hella, who started as a bodybuilder. Not that many now who started their careers as a true bodybuilder. Most either transitioned from other divisions, like they were either one point they were, they did physique, or they did bikini, or they did figure,
Yeah,
and they transitioned up, over the years. My man KLA says, I like Hella Trevino in this picture. Yeah, I know you like her. Uh, Hella is one of my all-time favorites. Yeah. My man Boss Deep swole as AF. You know. Also, right, it's Hella single. Well, from what stuff I'm hearing, I don't know per se. She was, if you remember, her name was Hella Nelson when she was competing. When she first started competing. Then she became Trevino. There's different stories
yeah.
where she might not, because I think she probably got married because she get a citizenship, but I don't know if she's still married or not. They never show pictures of her husband or anything like that. Some say she might have a spouse or a lover that she's with. It's all dependent, Raheem. Um,
I think if her surname changed, then it's pretty.
yeah, yeah.
We can just
Balti,
assume that she is married.
yeah, Balti is she's on fire. My man, Hella is head to toe perfect, almost. Yeah, tricep tear. Yeah, it was a tear around the shoulder and tricep. And yes, Lord, he's excited. But Michelle Brent, I remember I used to talk to a good bit on my old account. I keep talking about my old account because I love that old account. I had put so much work into it, and I made some connections. But it's good that I'm making new connections to my new account, but I miss it. because some women I was hoping to get an interview with one lady who was competing at Olympia because she said she was coming to the States, but then it just my own account decided we kind of lost connection. But you know,
Yep,
Michelle
Michelle
Brandt.
Brandt. Yeah, I was told by somebody at the New York Pro that she was also retiring that year,
Hmm.
and she was gonna try to do as many shows as she can. But yeah, yeah, she is a legend in herself, and yeah, it's gonna be sad without her in sport, but
Well, I
unfortunately,
thought,
that's how these things go.
yeah, I thought her last show was going to be the Savannah, which I got to see her at. But actually, she did another show. I think it was a master show after Savannah. So she did at least, I think, if you count Toronto, I think she did New York, the master show. That was Gary Unit, the world master show. She did Tampa, and she did Savannah, and she did one more. So she did 6 shows. And what some people said that she should have got invited to the Rising Phoenix. This is her with the late Lyle Zato, classic football player from back in the day. Used to play for the Raiders. You know, great, actor, performer. Also, she's a mom. People didn't forget she's a mom. Her and her husband, they have their business where they do jewelry, and she makes cakes and stuff. She still stays active, but she still works out. But I don't know. She may not retire. She might just have say she want to retire. But as you know, with the master shows coming up this year, yeah, she posted. You see right here. Finally back at my gym, Gold Gym, LOA. They were wondering was I was getting chest and shoulders tries. My new plan. She's working with Gina Carvalho, who's friends with Helen Trevino. My girl Kathy Connors, are visiting and filmed me. Masters official. She's gonna do masters this year.
Yeah. So she's not retired. So
She's not retiring. She's much. Now they bring the masters, and she looks very impressive. This woman is 65 years old. 65. Been competing bodybuilding for over 30 years. She was in the amateurs. I remember two most popular in back in the day for me. Two most popular women who was amateurs, her and Trudy Ireland. That was when she was back when she was under the name Michelle Ivers. Had Trudy
yeah,
Ireland and Michelle Ivers. You know, and he's working with Gina Calvillo, who I don't know if Gina. I think Gina might compete this year. You know, very impressive physique. I mean, she's a mom, a wife, a grandmother. She does business with jewelry and stuff. And this is where I saw her at Savannah. She just did the women's um, masters at Savannah. She didn't do the main show like she did at Tampa. You know, and a woman at 60 some years old still maintain a good level of muscle. Probably better than some women half her age. I gotta give respect on that. Yeah, it's just very impressive.
yeah.
So, but like I said, I'm trying to think of some women who might say they might walk away from the sport. Maybe if not this year, there's possibilities like my man. I think Raheem asked about like Monique Jones. She hadn't officially said she retired. I remember she said she wanted to take a mental break from the sport. And that's sometimes ladies do, and she's a coach, a trainer too. So she might take a minute. She's still in good condition, but she might
Yeah.
take a mental break. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
some women just kind of like disappear off the face of the earth for several years and then just randomly come back. So these things do happen sometimes. Like
yeah.
Alicia Young is one. She's coming back this year after being gone for a very very long time. It feels like
Not too long, just barely. I would say barely
Lisa
2 years.
Cross did it as well. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, 2 years. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. You can't think Jay Fuchs. He was gone for almost. I think she competed since 2018. Lisa Cross hadn't competed since 2019. Last time Jay Fuchs competed was at the Rising Phoenix in 2018, and that's 4 years. Lisa was 3 years. Um, my dear friend Tisha Thomas, she's no longer competitive anymore. The Tigress. She said she wanted to focus on her. She wanted to compete in 2020, But then the pandemic hit and everything's changed, and she said, you know what, she was done. She didn't want to compete anymore, and I respect that. She's doing good things now over in Germany. She has a business. She's doing training. All the injuries happens because they keep lifting heavy. It's not necessary to do that. Lift lights with more sets and reps. Yeah, that's true. But the thing is, they feel like lifting heavy is a way to build more muscle. That's what they feel. That's the mindset of some of these ladies. If that, if they break the tradition, like I say, if you just say, okay, let's
It's
say, let's, hmm,
it's not even about lifting heavy. Like it's about, well, it depends on, like, how much strength you got to lift heavy, but like it's you don't have to, like, just be lifting, like, little dumbbells or anything like that. It's a bit more complicated than that.
yeah, I think it's a lot to do with it. Heavy does more heavy lifting is probably more you can build your size, whatever. But also you got to factor in, you have to your training, you factor in your diet, and also what muscle, and development. Most definitely you got to use some of the steroids is just a factor of it. Steroids is more for keep you going, give you energy to keep going. It doesn't build muscle; it just gives you energy to keep going, training so you lift heavy. But man, Sean and Melanie, he also is Irene doing the Masters? I think she is because she's posted on social media. Like my man Jen says maybe, but yeah, I think she is doing the Masters because she's been talking about it. It's a show for a lot of competitors like her because Irene's in her. It's almost 60, and I think and she's been doing pretty well. She This year she got a special invite for the Olympia. I mean, last year she got a special invite. She's qualified to Olympia twice during her career, but I think doing this Masters, since I think it's an invitation, you have to be 45 to as women's bodybuilding. All the other divisions is 40, but it's 45 for women's bodybuilding. I don't know why it's so old for women's bodybuilding. I mean, why couldn't it be 40 like everybody else? I know one lady. She said she wanted to do the Masters, but she said she won't turn 45 until the day of the show. So and maybe I told her, so go ahead and still apply. As long as you get into the, you should go ahead and apply. You know, I remember Michelle Brent in Women's Physique World Magazine, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, she did. I think I got a issue somewhere with her in it. Women's Physique World was a great magazine. Also, check out my man Glenn. He does Amazon Fitness Magazine. He caters to guys who are fans of women bodybuilding. And remember back in the day we had magazines like Flex and Iron Man and Muscle Development show the ladies. Now they don't show much anymore. It's nice to see ladies come back. Yeah, also magazines like Muscle Elegance that was created by Denise Messino and her husband Robert Messino, which is kind of was like truly the Playboy of women's bodybuilding for magazines. And you got to see gays get butt naked. There was that mini magazine. I think I got a couple of issues. But it wasn't that many magazines that really, had women female bodybuilders that got nude. Most of the time, if you want to see women bodybuilding news, usually if they do a video, something like that, and or they do live streams like live sessions on videos like something like that. But generally, not too many magazines. It's hard to find magazines that want to do that, something like that. Because it's very risque. And some people might find it offensive to see women naked, especially if they're not like Pam Anderson or somebody like that. But hey, I liked it. I had a couple issues. Maybe find some more, but I think there's still some um, places that still sell those magazines somewhere in the back issues. If I can find it, but I think I don't think we're gonna hear too many more women retiring after this year. Most ladies who are retiring probably would be the ones who feel like the career's not going any far. Shanique Grant she was just 25 after that last Olympia back in 2020 when she lost to Sarah Vegas. It looked like Shanique might be coming back, and I think she might be doing wellness. What's the picture I see of Shanique? Then I don't know. Sarah Vilgas, she might compete this year because the fact that she lost to Natalia. What mistake Michelle did was she listened to other people and tell her try to come in a little soft, a little feminine, and that hurt her. That what happened to. Remember that happened to Iris Kyle, where it told her to,
Yes.
yeah, and she lost to Xeno King. So, like I said, if it's not broke, don't fix it because she probably could have beaten Natalia. Brooke Walker, I think she needs to gain her condition just a little tighter. She probably can beat the both of them. I believe she could. But like I said, this is like I said, a lot of ladies I feel who still keep the sport because they have a passion for it and they don't want to give up. But if sometimes when you start thinking about what you want to do with your life, if you want to like, especially if you're still young, like somebody like Michaela Acock, who's just in her late 20s, she might want to walk away. She might want to have kids. She has to really take some time to get off the gear to be able to her body to get back to its normal cycle. But so like my man Raheem says, you can gain muscle with light weights as well. Trust me, I lift light and heavy. All right, we can take your word for you, Raheem. You know, but some ladies like to lift heavy because they feel like it's just the idea of because lifting heavy, they feel like they
Well,
can be a money. It's just that's how they see it.
well, to be fair, I mean, none of us are professional
Yeah,
bodybuilders, so we don't.
you are not
We're
professional.
we're we're all like in the wilderness when it comes to a lot of these things too.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, but what works for you, Raheem, may not always work with somebody else. And they feel that lifting heavy works better for them. They can really push those muscle tissue fibers. That's what it is. They really want to push how far they go and how well they lift. So this was a pretty interesting. I mean, I'm like I said, whenever we hear a female bodybuilder say they live in the sport, it kind of like as fans, we kind of like we have to remember like when with Tina Lockwood, and she didn't turn pro. I don't think Tina ever turned pro, did she? No, I don't think she turned pro. She had so much potential, and she walked away. One lady I remember, Elena Sepley, she was amazing. She got a pro card, but she decided that it was more important to her to pursue her career, and she stopped doing bodybuilding. There's one lady who looked like that. She retired about maybe 10 years ago, maybe 9 years ago, and she looked like what I'm seeing from her. She, I don't know, she might come back out of retirement. I mean, I did one of my comparison videos with her the other day, and she looks like I don't know. It's all of depending on if she's serious about coming back or not. And that is Heather Armburst. And you remember
Wait, wait,
Heather?
wait, wait, what? What?
She looks
Wait,
like what she looks like.
she's coming back.
I don't know, but what she looks like. If you see the pictures you see now, what she looks like now, because she really got a little soft a few years ago, because she got married. I think around she got married, and she was still competing after she got married. I think up, because she got married around about 2005, and she competed in the 2009. I think either 2012. She stopped competing. I'm trying to remember because she did 2009 Olympia. She took second to Iris, and then I think she switched over to physique. If I'm not, I was trying to find because I did my comparison video about her, and the picture she's been posting on social media. I mean, she look at this is a picture of her quads. I mean, she looks like I don't know, like we are talking about Christy Hawkins maybe coming back, and there's also another lady who I think I put on my community section might be coming back too. Because some of these ladies like Melly Horton, who competed in '99 at the Miss Olympia, and she left, started her family, came back around about 2017, 2018, and she's been competing for the last 5 or 6 years. And I don't know. Heather looks like she might. I don't know. She, it's just, it's kind of like that guy who works at, remember if you anybody who watched the old Kevin Hart skit where I think it was what was it? Feel My Pain, or was it Good Grown Man? I forget which one it was. We talked about the guy working at T-Mobile, big dude, just he's swole. He's big for nothing. Big for no damn reason. What you doing? You're working out. You're doing bodybuilding exercise, and you look at these pictures. She looks like she might. I don't know. I don't know. You just don't get that condition just to get in that condition,
Yeah,
especially just
yeah,
even for fans. So, is
yeah.
there is there a possibility that Heather might come back? I think physique would probably be better for her. And now when you get the Masters coming up this year, she could probably do physique Masters. She's over. She's 45. She can do women's open bodybuilding if she wants. But she
Well,
might do Masters.
Heather, I remember very specifically when she was competing, especially in like 2009 or whatever, there was a strong, it was very much talked about. There was a strong possibility she could become the next Miss Olympia after Irish, and then just straight up retired after the 2009 Olympia. Yeah, it was one of those, probably the most um, like biggest examples of a competitor who retired definitely before they reached their prime.
Better, I'll tell you, most one is Denise Rusowski, who took second to Linda back in '93. Denise could have came back in '94, maybe beat Linda before Kim Zversky beat her. Maybe a year
Yeah,
before Kim Zversky beat her back in '95. But I think she was doing some mental issues. I mean, I remember they're seeing her. I used to see videos of her. She used to work with kids in the hood and like that. And then all of a sudden she disappeared. And then it's like, what? I mean, she was just a step away from maybe getting the Olympia back then. A man, Raheem Barbara Bova does that a lot. When she does a lot, she says she does a lot of light, heavy lifting. Okay, you know, Natalia is the truth. Yeah. That's what you think. Everybody likes Natalia. Brooke Walker needs to go to bodybuilding. I don't know. I don't think Brooke would do well in bodybuilding. She has a great look to her, but I think she's fine where she at. She doesn't have the overall aesthetics for women's bodybuilding. I would say two ladies who compete at the Olympia. That is Melissa Tyke and Ashley Jones. Yes, Brooke doesn't have enough size. She's still a little small on the legs. She has enough size for it. A man Sean says, "Yep, I've seen some of her movies." Or you must be talking about Yavit Bova. Yeah, everybody see her work. She got some new stuff you want to check out over on our films. Um, Sue Sipley, is she coming back? I don't know. I don't. Name sound familiar, but I doubt it. I don't think she hasn't competed in a long time. A man, Sean McMillan. I follow Heather Armburst on Twitter. Yeah. Heather looks great for 48. I thought no, she's not 48. I think she's 45. She's 48. Sean, I thought she was 45. I know when I saw her. Thing you said she's 45. She might be. I don't know. You know, Betty Vivian placed second to Iris in 2008. Then
she's
she seemed to
45.
Hmm?
45. She's
Yeah, I think
45.
because I went to my comparison. I looked at her age. I looked it up. Yeah, she's 45. She's not 48. She's 45. So she still can come back if she wants. She took. All she took like was it? She retired in 2009. So that's like 13 years. So she was in her early 30s. And yeah, if she wants, she can come back now if she wants. Uh, Betty Vivian placed second to Iris in 2008. Then she seemed to disappear. Yeah, because last time I remember Baby Viviani, beautiful woman, great physique. She's from I think she's from Venezuela. It was Argentina. And
Venezuela.
Venezuela, okay, yeah, like just like Yazini and also the late Fanny Barros. And she had a great look to her, good lines, good femininity. I know a while back she got married to a woman, and I think last time I heard somebody told me she got divorced. I know one lady who knows her. She told me that because she got married a while back and she got divorced. I did a comparison video with her and somebody else. I seen some pictures of her, but I don't think she's on IG. She's not too much on social media. A lot of these ladies, the one thing, a lot of these ladies not too much on social media, especially these old school ladies. But some are, like Catherine Francois, who I did a video about. Because I did comparison video between Catherine Francois and um Heather Armburst. And Heather, she looks good. I'm looking at these pictures. You can look at it how she looks. She looks like if she wants, I think I don't know, if she might consider coming out of retirement. I mean, look at her muscles. The one lady who I remember they were talking about she retired was Debbie Leniski, who took second to Iris back in 2013. Debbie Leniski, she had a lot of potential. Great looks, very attractive, great physique. But she competed in up to 2015. After that, she just I think she said she had some medical issues. And I remember I was watching a video that Heather did. She's dealing with arthritis. But I'm telling you, she might. I don't know. She might come back, or she's just doing it for social media. Maybe just do it for social media.
I don't
But
know. We'll definitely see.
I think she should. I don't know. She should. I think she probably better in physique. She don't have the muscle density now for women's bodybuilding. She has it more for physique. I think she would do good in physique. Like I know Catherine Francois, she did physique for I think a good minute before she retired, and that was back in I think 2016. She's about to been in physique for a bit. I'm trying to remember. I forget it, but I'm telling you, Heather, she can come out retirement if she wants. It's all depending. So, guys, you have anybody you think might be going retire? Some women who feel like that, we hear they retire, kind of break your heart. You can leave a comment in the comment section. It's just you got to think about it. A lot of these ladies, some of these ladies have been competing for a long time. The stress of bodybuilding can really get to you after a while, and then you really want to relive your life. And this thing, life is short, it's precious. My man Sean just dropped here. Lisa Alcon looks like she could come back. No, no, Lisa, she's been out for almost a little over 10 years. Lisa Alcon was one of those. She
She,
had a great, I
and
don't.
and she was also very mature even when she was competing too.
I think
So
I think Lisa's now about she's close to her 60s now. So she might not want to come back. Yeah, my man, Heather's not coming back. I know she's probably not coming back, but just those pictures. What's the point getting the buff, Raheem? You're not gonna come back. Just get buffed and get buffed for no damn reason. She's like that Christina Nunn. Just buff for no damn reason. It's great. It can. I think it frustrates some fans who love to see legs compete, but just be buff for no damn reason. You know. I think Christine Nunn. She's just basically she's a gym. She's a not a gym bra. She's a gym sis, gym babe. You know. I know some people say that. I know. I say, well, you think she'll come back? She said, nah. She's like doing it to do it because it's good for social media. But well, like I said, you know, the man, Raheem, could Heather could take down Andrew Shaw if she decides to come back. No, I don't think she can.
no,
No, no, no, Raheem. I know you like Heather, but no, she wouldn't stand a chance because like one thing is factor is that she has good muscle development, but she doesn't have those muscle bellies like she used to back in the day. She didn't really have those muscle bellies when she was competing back in the day because her body was more like close to the early stages of physique. But I don't think she is. My man, Sean says, has Kim Buck retired? I hadn't heard. I saw some pictures with her, Rita West, and Alicia Young. I hadn't heard. I know a while back somebody told me that her father was sick and she was taking care of him. So she might, I don't know if he passed or anything. Kim Buck, I like Kim Buck, great physique. I think Kim is in her 50s. She may not come back. Somebody who just popped in my head, Angela Rayburn. Angela Rayburn, she hasn't competed since I think 2020. Yeah, I think she hadn't competed in 2020. I think it's been a long time since Angela Rayburn. I think Angela Rayburn is about 50 now, so she hadn't competed in a long time. So I don't know if Angela Rayburn will come back or not. Isn't Lisa Auckland in her 60s? And I think Sean says, yep, she's 63, so she's not coming back. 63. I've seen a picture of her. She looks in good shape, but I don't think it's 63. When you hit that age, it's gonna be tough. Especially if you hadn't competed for a long time. So but yeah, I think don't know about Kim Buck. I don't think she hadn't announced anything. Some of these ladies just want to maybe spend some time just enjoying life. She said again she has a father, and also Kim does. She does like she's a seamstress. I think she's also doing some stuff like making outfits and stuff because she made some outfits for the Rising a few years ago, and I think she's focused on that. Angela Rayburn, I think she's kind of up in the air. I know a while back her father passed away about a couple of years ago, and she hadn't competed since 2020. Uh, As you know, Amazonka, Natalia Amazonka, she retired because she felt like she was making no money. But you got to think about it. Bodybuilding, you're not gonna make no money unless you got sponsorship, and she should know that. But she had a great, she. I think one thing she just needed to work her conditioning better. She had the size,
Yeah,
but conditioning was the thing that hurt her.
yeah, she wasn't really trying too much, I think. But yeah,
So, but anyway, I think, like I said, a lot of these ladies who have been competing for a long time, consistently, like good example, Yaxino King, she was consistent, consistent competitor. She stopped after 2017, came back in 2020, competed one more time at the Rise Phoenix and the Olympia, but she was done. You know, I think I don't know. I've seen some pictures of Yaxini. She might I don't know come back. I mean, she's in her
no,
yeah. Like I said,
I'm gonna say no.
no, it's just called wishful thinking. But what do they do with their lives? We have to respect and understand. This sport is physically draining on anybody, and as fans, I know it kind of breaks the heart when you hear Faye says, "Oh, I'm going to retire. I'm done. I'm just going to go live my life." But we have memories of the pictures, of videos. You can go on YouTube. You can find videos of some of these ladies. You can go to certain sites that's dedicated female bodybuilders. You can find the pictures and look at those. I think finally back in the day when women bodybuilders were just amazing. But I think but like a good example is when like Linda, she retired back in '96 after when she lost to to
Kim Javeski.
yeah, and then she came back in 2003. Remember, Judith Bergman, who stopped competing around about the late '80s, early '90s. She came back in 2000, competed in 2001 and 2000 and 2002. Who else got to go? A couple ladies who took a step back to like my dear friend, the late Rhonda Lee Quaresma. She she took a step back from bodybuilding, came back, did physique for a bit, but because of her cancer, she still wanted to compete. But because of the cancer, it just took her, everything out of her. It was for that, I think she would have kept on competing. But she was a lovely lady, and it's joy to be a friend of hers, and just just great. Um, a man says, Sean says she's almost 60, and I think he's talking about Lisa Ackland. She
Yes.
retired in 2011 at 52. She was 52?
Yep.
God, she was 52? I
Yep.
thought she was like, wow. I think
No,
she was just,
she was competing very old at the time.
yeah, I think she was just maybe about the same age as Betty Pariso. She looked a lot
She
younger.
was a pretty
She was a pretty
yeah,
woman.
she was a little
She
bit
was
younger
very
than that.
muscular.
Yeah.
I thought she was a lot younger than that. Betty Pariso, I know Betty Pariso was like 50, but I didn't think, Lisa was 52. Wow. She didn't look that. She didn't look that. But I think Lisa had like two or three kids. Yeah, she was one of those kind of like Christina Bach, who started bodybuilding like in her late 30s, early 40s. And Christina, she retired, I think, about 50. Christina Bach, amazing body. She used to have a website. I used to talk to her on a message board. And I know a while back somebody said she got divorced from her first husband, and then she was dating, and then and she's not on social media. You can't find anything. Some of these ladies I love to find, like Krista Bach, a couple others who just they don't do social media like that. I would love to do an interview with her. I don't know how well if she speaks English or not. I would love to talk to her. Just amazing women who just kind of just they are it. But folks, I do appreciate y'all coming through and listening to us just ramble on and talk about these women for the sport of bodybuilding. These are beautiful women of muscle who represent themselves and realize that what, life's important and a sport's a sport. Bodybuilding always gonna be here. If like I said, my man Raheem said, if bodybuilding was more profitable for these ladies, maybe when we retired, they would keep on going. But some do keep going for the fact they have a passion for it. Maybe you might hear some retirements for this upcoming season after the season ends, and maybe might get some, like I said, talks of some returns. Like I think Christina Hawkins maybe talk about returning. A couple others, we got some of the ladies who decided to take the year off. Most definitely Chelsea Dion. Also one name who I do not speak on my channel. I think she said she's taking the year off. I just saw a while ago when I did one of my videos. She made a comment on one of my videos, and but she's on YouTube. She made a comment, and I sent a comment back to say, hey, you know what? You want to talk about this? Come on my show. You know, tell me, tell your side. But like I said, we all know what kind of woman she is, and she doesn't have the courage to stand up for herself like she's supposed to. She's complaining, she's pointing fingers, and not being out front. So I'm just gonna put you out there. You know, my man. Before we head up, we have a man. God, I have a huge crush on Christy Hawkins, and I think she might come back. I think that she posted one time in her IG stories that she had renewed her 20 her pro card for 2022, but she might come back. And there's also Denise Hoshier. You remember Denise Hoshier? I think it looked like she's been getting
Yeah.
in good shape. I think you never know. A lot of these, I think with her, I think Denise might try to do physique. I could see Christina doing bodybuilding, and now you have the Masters coming up. You probably will see a lot of competitors who hadn't seen him in a good while come out of the woodwork for his Masters Olympia. You might see some. I don't know. It's no, I don't think Christina is 45 yet. I think if she does compete, she could probably have to compete in physique because she has to be. You can be 40 in physique in other divisions, but 45 wins bodybuilding. I think it's physique, wellness, men's physique, and a couple others. You can be 40. Well, women's bodybuilding, I think men's bodybuilding, and I think I got which one more because you have to be 45 to compete. Yeah. This is for my man Sean. Me too. Even more so once I found out we're the same age. Oh, you mean you and Christina the same age? Oh, that's wow. That's good. But it's just like say it's up to these ladies what they want to do. Sometimes the sport Bible can be a mentally, physically, and financial drain. They want to take a step back, enjoy life, and then it's like any other athlete. We have that call to be competitive again. It calls you. You say, you know what? I want to go back and put me back in, coach. You know, and it just it's just about the time. Oh, we got one more here from man Raheem. Man, I wish I could be her main man. Well, I don't know. I don't know if Christine likes men or not. I mean, she never. Her social media don't post too much about a boyfriend or anything. I think she had a boyfriend back in the day when she was competing when she was younger. I'm trying to remember. I think it was a male bodybuilder, but I don't know if she's into dudes still. I mean, you never know. Some women, like Margie, she's out of the closet now. She has a girlfriend. That's what I heard. You know, she was married before. She had a boyfriend, this white dude. Now I think I think one lady told me she has a girlfriend now, or she might go swing both ways. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. So, folks, this is a great conversation we had about these ladies who retire, who walk away from the sport, live their lives, and also sometimes every now and then you have some that calling to come back and stage and compete, and it's a great thing. I mean, there's some ladies, like I said, they left the sport so soon. Some women had great potential, but like I said, they made a choice. The fact was they had to live their lives for them, not for us. We're just the fans, but they had to live their lives for them. So, partner, we have anything else to say or anything?
No, I think we covered pretty much everything we needed to cover this episode, 100%. Do you want to, after this, we can talk off stream about maybe ideas for next week?
Okay, that's right. That's right. Oh, we got one more here from man. Isabel Terrell is fine too. Isabel, oh my God, I'm gonna
Yeah.
show this. Isabel Terrell, I got to see her. She actually, I was yeah. He says Isabel's all right. I actually got to see Isabel when she made a return at Savannah. She actually was sitting right in front of me in a seat, was talking to somebody. I didn't want to bother her. I could have. I don't know. Sometimes you gotta be careful with these ladies. They don't want to be bothered by somebody.
She
But
gave me an autograph, but she wasn't competing at the
Yeah, because she's
you
mostly
can
been
go ahead.
doing. She mostly been. But Isabel still posts. She looks good. I think this talk. I know somebody who knows her said that she might be coming back. Do one more season because she hadn't competed. And she posts a lot of stuff. She's always on social media. She got a Fit Rock Star podcast. I saw this Isabel. I mean, it. Oh wow! I, I, I mean, so Isabel Terrell. At least a couple of ladies who are you can't look them directly in the eye because Isabel's short. I think Isabel's like 5'3". You have to look up. You have to look up when you're talking to them because you look down, you're gonna be staring. You're gonna, you're just gonna be like, you're just gonna be staring. You just can't avoid. I mean, she's in the bedroom. She's wearing that. You know, she got a little capsation around her boobs. She might need to get them checked out. This capsation is when it's like you get a little space in the air in between your breast implants. We have that rippling. She might need to get them checked out. You know, but Isabel, I mean, she has a great look to her. I think Isabel's half Italian, half Puerto Rican. She has a great exotic look about her. She didn't stop. When she got a breast implant, I think she didn't stop. But there's a good chance you might see her compete again this year. She looked pretty good. I think she took third at the Savannah. I was there because I know second was Christina Bryant. Ashley won that show. She took third, and Sheena Olive took fourth, and another lady, Eva Dunbar, she took fifth. But it's just I couldn't train around Eve. I couldn't train around. She has to be completely covered up. You need to be completely covered up. You can't be having those things out. I'm not like I say, I'm not be all TV man, but seeing those things are kind of distracting. I don't know, they're kind of distracting. I know, you're gonna like if she's doing cardio and wearing like a low top, she's on the treadmill. If she's standing right beside you, it's hard for you not to fight. She better wear
Yeah,
something very fully body covered because even if she doesn't wear some covered, uh, sometimes those things don't can really be aggravating. You know, but like I said, we do one more Isabel picture for Sean, one more Isabel video for Sean. Because he loves Isabel Terrell. She has a nice smile. She has big, kind of soft brown eyes and big something else too. And just try not to look. But the good chance that she might come back this year. I think one lady I talked to said she talks to her. She says she might be coming back. Because she wasn't officially retired. She was mostly doing her stuff with Fit Rock Star, other stuff, and but she might compete. It's just depending what show is going to work for her. So we wish best of luck for Israel Terrell. You know, a few more people. We'll be finished here, and some people got to say here. Uh, Andrew Shaw has got it going on. Yes, she does. You know, well, he said Andrew's all right. Sound like a hater. Isabel, yes, you are. you know, if she's 5'3", how do you look up? Well, I mean, like, because you don't want to look down. She's 5'3", and she got all that booby meat. You gotta. Yeah, I saw your picture. The guy who sent me the pictures from the Olympia, um, Jackhammer. Jackhammer's a short dude. Isabel wears high heels and stuff a lot. He leans against her, and and she's wearing some kind of like leather black thing, and a cleavage is out. You know. Also, my man Sean says Mona Persolet is gorgeous. Yeah, she's attractive. You know, that's temptation for you. They know what they're doing. They do. You know, and true statement. Yeah, Sean, that's a true statement. They know what they're doing. You wearing something low cut. You get giant hoo ha's. Most men, you look like I can say Isabel does have pretty eyes. So I remember when I saw her at event, she's wearing some kind of bluish silk pajama thing when she got off the stage. You can really see them too well, but it's cute enough. You know, Eva Montgomery is fire. I like Eva Montgomery. I hope she does compete. We're talking a good bit, but she hadn't talked too much lately on IG. I think she's busy. I think she's prepping for that show in April. Look like she does Botox. Well, most of them do Botox. Most of them do Botox. You know, my man says I would date Isabel. Well, I wouldn't mind dating too. I don't know. Is she into guys? I wonder. That's great. I'm really like Isabel. But yeah, but it's just about the decision to walk away from the sport. It's some ladies gonna stay still active, still in shape, but some ladies who retire just kind of just you know stop. They train just to keep in condition, but they don't really do the heavy stuff like they used to when they were competitive. But it's just because they have a love for it. Some ladies still try like if still try to say like Bronca. She's still in good shape. Bronca might say she'll say I might retire, but then you never know, she might come back. But I think she's focused on stuff outside of the sport. The piece I saw of Una, I think she's happy what she's doing now, and that's been almost 2 years she's competed as a bodybuilder. It's just all about where you want to go at. Uh, but that's if Isabel date her and hang out with her. Yeah, I think she's kind of the girl you like to hang out with. Eva Montgomery looks like WWE ready. I don't think she would. I don't think Eva would be interested in wrestling. But I respect these ladies' decision what they want to do. But as a fan, when we hear these ladies say they retiring, it kind of breaks us heart. We don't see them. We can only have the memories of who they are, what they did, how they competed. We have videos, we have pictures, but it's just never the same. We don't see them, something new, you know. But like I said, we gotta respect their wishes because this is what they decided to do because they want to live their life, and it's only fair. They should live your life. My man said Isabel should be doing mixed wrestling sessions. We all know why you want to do mixed wrestling session with Eva KLA, so you can nuzzle your face between those two jugglers, the two juggalos. Would you want to do oral wrestling, KLA? But she won't do it because she has a good job with the strength. She does commentary. She does other stuff. She has a podcast. She won't do anything like that. She'll do the phone sessions, but she won't do anything like that. You know, I think she did some stuff like that before, but not now. So anyway, we're gonna head out, folks. It was a joy conversation with y'all, debating about these ladies in the sport of bodybuilding, about the ladies who walk away from it, who find their lives more important than just a sport, but live and enjoy their life. My man KL says, "Is Lisa Cross too?" Yeah, Lisa Cross. Yeah, and is this really her eyes? Since the breasts are not hers, those are really her eyes. Those are really her eyes. So unless you wear contacts, those are really her eyes. She has. I saw her. I saw up close Raheem. Even though she was like, I saw her. Those are her eyes. She has big, brown, beautiful eyes. Okay. So and one more for Raheem. Yo, how many female bodybuilders are not into guys? So I know who are not to holler at. I don't know. I don't know. I can tell you, Anastasia Kovalova from Russia. She has a wife. I remember Gina Cavario. She was married, but I think she got divorced. But I think she's not into guys. If you want, we can talk about this later.
Yeah, it's like relationship issue. Yeah, it's something like listen, like
it's half and half.
This is a whole different other conversation. It gets a video in and of itself. Like, trust me, I know firsthand. I've been single forever now. We can go into this later on, but finding a relationship is hard.
And especially if you're interested in being female bodybuilder, it's a lot harder because these ladies, they are kind of, they want a man to date them for who they are, not because they're in love with their muscles, but in love with them as a woman. And and that's the thing is they want to be treated as women, not as just sex objects. That's the thing they want to do. So okay, man, I would date Eva and Christine at the same time. Boy, I give you a lot of respect for you. That's too much. Hey, one woman's enough. I don't know any guys who try to date two women at the same time. You're a fool. One woman's enough. Try to date two, especially both of them bodybuilders. Hell no. I think I'm happy with the one woman I got and be satisfied. I don't want the headache. One woman's enough. Having two, that's too much. I don't know how any men who are fool enough to try to juggle two at the same time, especially if they get caught, especially both of these bodybuilders. No, 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 no. Don't, it's not worth the headache, brother. It's not worth the headache. So, folks, we're gonna head out. My man, me and Jen, we do appreciate y'all coming through and and just supporting uh, you know us in this channel and content. A couple more here, like I said. Win strength, pays, awesome. Yeah, okay, that's it. And I need Eva. Well, we need a lot of people, but we're not always going to get what we want. We always can't get what we want, but we get what we need. So, folks, we do appreciate y'all coming through, comments, sharing your comments, subscribe to the channel. I just support these women's sport of bodybuilding. The last word for KLA, KL gets the last word. I am not turned on by oral sessions. I am. So about it's just oral. It just makes that skin looks beautiful. It's just water camera. It dries off too easy. Oil looks better. It gives that great shine. You know, but I like oil. Listen. I like oil. I like a little oil. That's just me. That's me. So anyway, appreciate you coming through, my man KLA, the Wanderer, Sean Hamilton, sorry, yeah, Sean McMillan, Raheem Hamilton, all the others who balls deep, all the others, you know, Sean McMillan, Eva is fire, but I would date her both of them. Forget it. Okay, all right, that was it. No more comments, but like I said, I appreciate.
Yeah. This balls, is like the billionth comment.
Yeah, no, you most guys I can't get you guys to talk for anything, but then you talk about these women.
We need to have a cutoff, like, and be like, okay, last comment, no more, goodbye.
Yes, I was doing that, but then I saw Raheem put up, but this is no more comments. Save them. You can make the comments in the comment section after the video. I'll look at them. I'll give you my thoughts, and I'll share with you. But the fact is, we're done. It's about supper time for me. I know my man, he has to get ready for work in a bit, and we had today,
so, but I'm just hungry.
Yeah, just hungry. Yeah, mostly we're just hungry. So, folks, if you're interested, if you want to make comments, you can leave them in the comment section after the video. I'll see them when I check out the video. Support these women bodybuilders. Be a fan. Be a guy. Be interested. Don't be just treated as sex objects. Recognize they're women, they're wives, they're mothers. They are women who like to be respected and recognized for their commitment and passion for the sport of bodybuilding. So anyway, just for my man, Ham the Emperor, Jen. Where's the yo-yo? Jen, where's the yo-yo?
Yo. Yes.
Yo. Okay. Get tired. For me, all the way to the page. Brain freeze, I say. For me, all the way to the page. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Support these women of bodybuilding. It's just give today's any recognition they deserve because they deserve it because they put as much in the sport more than anybody deserves. So but anytime you want to, let me know if you want to talk about some of this subject. Leave a description. Also, you can leave something in my comment community, or if you like somebody like Kale who knows my IG, tell me what you want to talk about. We try to find some stuff to talk about because what, it's not too many stuff to talk about. So we don't have competitions coming up for a good while. We get subjects me and Kale guys, me and Jeff we want to talk about. So we're gonna see y'all out, and I hope you have a great rest of the week. And I will say thank you and appreciate your support on my channel and my partner here. This is man all the way George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bottom Talk. Don't subscribe, and we're out.